Hey everyone. The question that I've been hearing a lot from friends of mine is purpose. Everyone wants to find a purpose. And I believe my purpose is to have a relationship with God. That's it. I'm not here to make believers out of people. I'm not here to save anybody. I'm not here to even, let people know about God. If God needs my help, man, he's in a lot of trouble because I'm not very good at it. And he wouldn't be much of a God if he did need someone like me. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't use me when I have an opportunity to. But at the end, it's just him transforming other people's lives and not me. My purpose is simple. Love God. That's it. Love your neighbor. That's it. There's no secret to it. It's easier for me to love God even though I have arguments and fights and I get angry or, I just start like a little baby just, whining at him. But he loves me through it and I see how he changes my life. It's so hard to be loving toward your neighbor because they're real and they come at you without love. They come at you sometimes in anger, sometimes in frustration, sometimes in pain or in hurt. But they come at you and it's not the same thing. God always comes at you with love and patience and understanding and perseverance and endurance and all that love means. And people don't come at you like that at all. But the reality is that that's the only purpose I have in life. I work because I need to eat and have a shelter. But God provides my work, my shelter, my food, and my clothes. That's what the Bible says. Now, whether I have a studio at home or I write music or whatever, those are just things or gifts that God has given me. I'm a singer-songwriter. I love to write music. I love to play the guitar. I enjoy it more when friends come and we're able to play together. But that's not my purpose in life. Those are just my gifts being released because that's what God made me for. Work, I can work anywhere. God is my provider. He will give me that job that will help me, for the time being, take care of myself. Hopefully someday, a wife or a partner. But that's not my purpose either. That's just a means to an end to live in this world and be out there with people who believe and don't believe in God. And my opportunity to be light and salt to the world. But not by preaching, evangelizing, or telling everybody about God. No. About me honoring my work and working to the best of my ability. Always willing to help someone and serving people who need to be served. That's it. My goals in life, to buy a house or bigger house or whatever, those are just goals that God may or may not want for me. I bought this house, for example. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to sell it soon so I can move back to California. That's my goal. Whether I get there or not, I don't know. I've been trying to go to California for the last 2 years now. I've been trying to change jobs to something better, to something that's more suited for me, where my gifts will be, you know, freed and laid out. And if you're thinking like a preacher or a ministry or church, that's not it at all. I think more of country, and you know, I just worked in the country for so long that that's mainly what I know. And although I'd have to start, because I did most of my work in South America, I'd have to start from scratch basically here. But that's what I look for. If you're not a believer, if you don't have a relationship with God, let me ask you what your purpose is. But a forever purpose, right? Because your job's gonna change, your marital status maybe even change. Mine has. You know, sometimes I'm strong somewhere and then I'm weak. It just varies so much because I'm not very consistent in my life. But the one thing that I have found to be consistent is God for me. One of the ways that I see God is, since He's my creator and provider and protector, is God is love. It's the real definition of love, of perfect love. And if you're not a believer, you know, we want to find that love that we yearn for and that we find or we look for in another woman or man. But when we finally marry or get together, it comes always out short. And do you know why? Because that's not your purpose. We don't know how to fully love. We don't know how to understand love and how it moves. Instead of seeing someone that compliments you, you say opposites attract. And instead of seeing your partner's strengths and adding it to your team or to your part of life, we reject it and we confront it. We don't live intentional lives when it comes to our spouses, to our work, to what we think is important. That's what I admire about athletes. They have one focus, they train as hard as they can, they got a goal, they do all they can, and they have the possibilities or the means to achieve it. And they go for it. And you see them in the Olympics and sports everywhere. But what happens when that disappears, or when it's over, or something happens that you have to change your life? That was just a goal. Whether you achieve it or not, it's just a goal. You know, athletes may be 40 years old. In professional football, there's one that's 43 years old. Maybe he'll reach 45. But then what else do you have? Who are you after sports or after work or after your marriage? Anyway. Think of purpose. And how you're going to achieve purpose for the rest of your life. If you live 80, 90, 100 years, what's your purpose is? What's your life like? What you going to push yourself? What's going to make you get up and love your wife, love your husband? What's going to get you out of bed with a smile for the rest of your life? I know it's not your spouse, your house, your work, your money, your friends. Have a good day.